world today.
Some wisdom skills on the way.
Oh, and a song to hum along with and sway.
Get your perfect start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with Good Morning Bay.
Good morning, Bay. आप सभी लोग हमारी तरफ से एक प्यार नमस्ते,
Namaskar.
वनकम,
Namaskara.
खुशामदीद,
Assalamu alaikum.
सत श्री अकाल,
Megandariki Vandaramu.
जय स्वामीनारायण,
Jai Shri Krishna.
जय जिनेंद्र।
हमारे इस्माइली भाई बंधुओं को बोल दे याली मदद.
मतलब बोलते हुए सारे फीजी मंत्र को बोलेंगे नीसा बुला बदजान, हम आ गए हैं आपके प्यारे महिमा के द्वारे। माई सेल्फ फालतू बाबा,
And of course, myself, Fani. Like a drive time that's going to make it totally exciting and totally mastani bandu jane.
to start with Banjan, here you go. This is your traffic update. Yes, for
It's time for the Bandu Traffic Update. Call us from wherever you are at 408-912-2479.
And of course, Banjan, 2 more days left to ring in the new year. Woohoo! 2021. Oh my God, people can't wait to get into 2021. Hoping everything will be cleared up, Banjan. I don't know about clearing up, but skies are looking clear right now. Probably get cloudier as we get into the weekend, Banjan. Probably some chances of rain on Saturday and Sunday. So the new year is going to start with suppose. Going to bless the heavens are going to bless on this new year of 2021. Oh my God. Like I'm from an apocalyptic movie, right? Or one of those biblical movies. But traffic wise, it looks like there's those biblical plagues going on the roads. There's no traffic, Bridget. I'm not kidding. There's no incidents. Actually, totally spoke too soon. 880 has to always prove me wrong, but here's the report of a disabled vehicle northbound just coming in west of Tennyson Road near Hayward area. The second after seems to be blocked over there, but not impacting much of the traffic. The other traffic which is there, a little bit of slow traffic is the traffic delays at different places in San Jose and Fremont area, but nothing on the freeways. All the freeways are smooth. In other words, it's not like deserted kind of thing. It's like, traffic is moving. There's not much of incidents reports. So it's good news right there. I hope people are sheltering in place because the data which we got yesterday was that actually there's a lot of people already traveling. 1.4 million people already are traveling to different places holidays. Well, Banjan, remember one thing, we're still on the purple. We'll give you updates on what's happening with the COVID situation as well for sure. The news updates can become in just a few minutes. In fact, when Faltwani is ready, gives me a nod. We're just jumping into the news headlines right now. Faltwani?
Yes.
We're ready.
Yes.
So, Banjan, here is the headlines for today. Like what's happening around the world and also what's happening in our town or city, or you can say county as well.
Renewed COVID lockdowns likely in Southern California as ICUs stay filled. Wealthy hospitals are raking in disaster aid for COVID costs. The US House overrides Trump's veto of the key defense bill. Trump blasts Republican leaders over the $2,000 checks and the defense bill. Biden says that Trump aides are setting up roadblocks for his transition team. A U.S. judge has ordered 2 Georgia counties to halt their voter purge ahead of the Senate runoff. Police have launched a probe in Oakland, California, after a Breonna Taylor statue was smashed. The Ohio police officer charged for fatally shooting an unarmed man has been fired. U.S. to allow small drones to fly over people and at night. New Yorkers meet in Times Square to say good riddance to COVID-19 and to Zoom calls. SAP-owned Qualtrics files for a U.S. IPO. This is disturbing news that's coming out from the India-China border. Heavy Chinese radar deployment near Ladakh, but India is ready to handle the situation, says Air Chief Bhadoria. And China is struggling to get the world to trust its vaccines. And finally, in the farmers' protest update, farmers take a hard line on the agenda for December 30th talks, and the government finalizes its.
And of course, Banjan, let me tell you one thing. 55 counties in the entire state of California are in the purple region, Banjan. So in other words, it's a really bad situation. Quick look at the Bay Area situation of the ICU. It's dropped down to 9.5% from yesterday, which was 13%, Banjan. In other words, the cases are going up. It actually is really disturbing. We'll share more with you guys in just a few minutes, Banjan. Go news in detail. But of course, right now, what we're going to do, Banjan, is see if we can actually position a nice Garika Kira for you guys to enjoy for some time. And then we'll come back with the news for you guys in detail. This song is actually from a movie called Angrezi Medium, released this year. And of course, unfortunate thing is the fact that we lost one of the good actors in cinema, Irfan Khan, who actually stars in this. One of his last movies, he was actually on screen. So nice song. Enjoy the song. It's called Ek Zindagi.
जिंदगी मेरी सौ ख्वाहिशां हाँ एक जिंदगी मेरी सौ ख्वाहिशां मैं पूरी करा जिंदगी मेरी सौ ख्वाहिशां मैं जीना मैं पूरी तरह मैं जीना मैं पूरी तरह सबकी रोक है टोक है नोक है जोक है पर दिल में फिर भी होप है ना लाइफ थोड़ी हार्ड है अनदेखे कार्ड है पर हम भी तो स्टार है ना के माना इस दुनिया की हो ही नहीं मैं अपनी ही दुनिया बनाऊंगी
A nice song by Jan. Actually, it's a co-work of Tanish Bagchi, and I think the voice by Sanghvi, and Sachin is also talked to sang in the Sachin and Jigar music. Sachin Jigar music actually is the singer, I think, is Sanghvi. But it's a nice song by Jan. We'll play a little more of the song. This actually is a Ganika Kida. I wanted to actually make sure I can have it in your minds because I know year is ending, but the stories are not ending. But Jan, all the news items that are really disturbing are still there. COVID is still around. Vaccine situation is still getting there. It's like it seems pretty slow and everything, but let it be. You got to take a deep breath and go. Okay, slow and steady is what wins the race, right? And yeah, you go, Banjan. We're gonna go back to the news. I know you guys can't stay without the news, right? So, Faltoni, what is? Well, she gave us headlines. What the news detail right now?
With regard to the coronavirus, Binajan, the US has reported a record number of patients hospitalized with COVID-19 on Monday, 121,235 in all. With hospitalization rates this high, doctors warn that hospitals will soon have to start rationing care, essentially making life decisions about who gets the opportunity for treatment doesn't. Some hospitals are already employing battle-level triage techniques to keep pace with the number of patients who are pouring in. As we close in on the one-year mark in the pandemic, new figures released by the Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention revealed that the infection rate in Wuhan, where the virus first started, could have been 10 times higher than what they revealed to us as the official figures.
But I'll tell you one thing. Let's talk about the triage and also the ethical dilemma which people face. Was discussed almost a month ago in the medical journals, and how it actually is bad because they have to make it. We also talked about it on our show actually.
Right.
It actually is when the people have to make a decision like, okay, this person got the COVID, will they survive? They get treatment. It's a very hard decision to make, and it's sad that they're actually going to resort to that pretty soon. Please stay indoors if possible. I'm just giving you some data right now because we're in this situation of COVID spread in California. Specifically, talk about what's happening in California. We are on the rise. 1.6% increase from prior day of cases. New cases, Banjan. Death toll, of course, it's around 0.3, but still 62 people died today. That's the one thing I want you guys to wrap your head around. And in Santa Clara County alone, it's 1.7% in positive cases. That means almost 1,013 cases, new cases cropped up. That's bringing the total almost 65,000 in the entire state. Death-wise, of course, luckily anything much not been they're under control. Nothing has happened as of yesterday and today. So that's something. Well, actually, yesterday. Today is still data is coming in for us by afternoon. But right now we're sharing data with you guys what happened yesterday.
Right.
But yes, please. I don't know how far we can stress this. We've been stressing every show of ours. Stay indoors if possible. If you're going to be socializing, physical distancing, please maintain that. Maintain physical distancing and also wear a mask. Very important. Wash your hands. Stay healthy. Stay smiling. and listen to the Pam Pam show and also our shows everywhere. There was a little bit of update on you on the numbers of COVID. Haldwani, go ahead.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to give you an update about that UK variant, right, or the mutant of the coronavirus that happened. Well, cases of that are now showing up in South Korea and also in India.
Oh my goodness. That means you're saying that is actually transmission happened in those countries also? Or the same mutation?
No, they're able to see that there's been some sort of community spread because somebody who came back to UP from the UK had carried that mutant variation
My goodness.
to India, and I'm not sure what exactly the details are in South Korea, but I do know that there is a report now that there are reports which are saying that this variant has been discovered in South Korea as well.
You know, I used to initially think like, how can it happen? But then I realized that a microorganism doesn't require visa.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
doesn't require
Oh my God, why am I laughing? It's sad situation.
I know,
God.
but you gotta be more mindful about travel right now, Baja. That's all I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell you. And please,
Exactly.
by the way, I was checking him last night also. There is still this moratorium or this particular thing saying travel beyond certain miles in your vicinity itself.
And let's tell you, Banjan, yesterday, actually this morning, he told you about 9% from 13%, the ICU capacity has dropped. I think it's in Santa Clara County. As of yesterday, the news that came out was there were only 25 ICU beds available.
Yeah, in total, all over the
All
country.
over.
All over the
All
county.
over Santa
Yeah.
Clara County, there's only 25 beds available. So think about it, Banjan. If even 3 families get affected, that's it. You know, so people, we've got to take this seriously as much as we can. If you have a certain cohort you hang with, please make everybody in that cohort is healthy.
Let me
right?
let me give you a more perspective here. Very important note: there are 160 beds, ICU beds, hospitalized patients in the entire county of Santa Clara.
Okay.
We're left with only 39.
Yeah.
So it's,
No, as of yesterday, it was 12 Altababa.
yeah, okay, but it's a decrease of almost 9%.
Yeah.
9 have been occupied already. In other words, yeah.
What?
39. I get data from yesterday.
Okay.
I don't get the recent data. Our data.
So you're saying only 9% is now available?
Yes, this is from the date. This is as of 26 data. So 9 on further drop down. You're right about that yesterday.
Right.
So this is the flash news you got right now,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
that's what it is.
Well, let's also tell you what's going on at the federal level, Banjan, especially when people are locked down and, not able to return to jobs. Businesses are suffering. Let's tell you that the House has passed a measure to increase the stimulus checks attached to the new coronavirus relief to a cool $2,000. That's something that President Trump insisted upon when he signed the bill over the weekend. But the measure could face a tougher crowd in the Republican-led Senate. Still, Democrats are hoping pressure to get relief rolling was the hands of the GOP holdouts, and then the new round of stimulus checks could start being distributed this week. But keep in mind, it took months, bulk of Americans, to see the first round of the $1,200 stimulus check. You remember that way back in April?
Yeah, but there was an issue at the time in terms of dispensing out, knowing the right person, false checks being going out.
Well, multiple people from the same household applied, Bandajan, and multiple times, and we're aware of it too, as to how people took advantage of the system too. So please be mindful that there are several people in need at this particular point in time. There's also news that the new rollout is going to be rough for the IRS since the agency is already preparing for tax season.
Yeah.
So that's another issue that's going to be popping up. But in the meanwhile, let's tell you that President Donald Trump is lashing out at Republicans. He assailed leaders of his own Republican Party in the U.S. Congress on Tuesday to try to get the Senate to accept his demands for the $1,000 COVID-19 aid checks for Americans and his veto of a $740 billion defense policy bill. A storm about his election loss, President-elect Joe Biden, and an expected vote to override his veto, the president attacked weak and tired Republican leaders. We need a new and energetic Republican leadership, Trump wrote in a tweet, falsely claiming that voter fraud caused his defeat in the November 3rd election.
No, he's
again.
right. We need to replace Mitch McConnell and everybody else. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah. Republican leadership only wants the path of least distance. Our leaders, not me, of course, and he specifies that, are pathetic.
Yeah, of course. Supreme Leader's right.
We know how to lose. He wrote without mentioning any party leader by name.
Oh my God. People in Republican Party should change their thing right now. My goodness.
Republicans in Congress have largely stuck with Trump through the 4 turbulent years during which he was impeached, became the focus into Russian meddling in the 2016 election, and oversaw the federal response to the coronavirus pandemic, which has been killing now, as of today, 333,000 Americans. But Trump is angry at his own party's lawmakers for not fully backing his claims of election fraud, trying to override a presidential veto for the first time in his tenure, and opposing his efforts to give people pandemic aid checks of $2,000. In the meanwhile, U.S. Vice President-elect Kamala Harris received a COVID-19 vaccination live on television on Tuesday as the incoming Biden administration seeks to boost confidence in the inoculation, even while warning it'll be months before it is available to all. Senator Harris, who is black and American, will become the second high-profile person from an ethnic minority background to receive the vaccine after Surgeon General Jerome Adams on December 18th. Democratic President-elect Joe Biden, who takes office on Jan 20th, has said he will make the fight against the coronavirus, which has infected more than 19 million Americans and over 333,000 people, his top priority. He received his first injected dose of the vaccine live on television, as we also covered here last week. Banajan, 2 doses are for a full protection. In the meanwhile, in Southern California, I also gave you the update from here, Northern California, but in Southern California, the United States has stopped, renewed COVID lockdowns are like as ICUs are staying filled. United States has stopped 19 million COVID cases, and strict stay-at-home orders, the number of cases are increasing. California Governor Gavin Newsom said mandatory constraints on social gatherings and business activities would almost certainly be renewed for at least another 3 more weeks in Southern California, encompassing the state's biggest metropolitan areas and its agricultural heartland, the San Joaquin Valley. Newsom said a formal decision on continued stay-at-home orders, among the most stringent in the United States, would be announced on Tuesday, that's today, based on trends projected by health authorities for the coming weeks. In the meanwhile, right, there are people who are profiting from this aid, from this pandemic, Panajan. After collecting billions of dollars of U.S. coronavirus aid, many of the nation's wealthiest non-profit hospitals are now tapping into disaster relief funds that critics say they don't need. The money from the Federal Emergency Management Agency is going to some large health systems that have billions of dollars in cash reserves and investments, according to government's reviewed letters. FEMA has received nearly 2,200 requests from hospitals and thus far has approved about 15% of them for a total of $894 million, the agency told Reuters. The hospitals, they can request more money as infections surge, and FEMA officials expect total aid awards to rise significantly. But some health say that large and well-capitalized non-profit systems, which typically pay no taxes, do not need additional relief money. Among the aid applicants are some of the nation's best-known health systems, including the Cleveland Clinic, Providence, and guess who else, Altubaba?
Who else?
Stanford Healthcare.
What?
Yeah, they've all applied for it. So if you can find out, want to find out more about Javi, will share this story on MediaMahima.com. Also, I talked about how President-elect Joe Biden is saying. Actually, yesterday in a press conference, he said that many of America's security agencies had been hollowed out under President Donald Trump, and the lack of information being provided to his transition team by the outgoing administration was absolutely irresponsible. We've encountered roadblocks from the political leadership at the Department of Defense and the Office of Management and Budget, Biden said after a meeting with his foreign policy team. Right now, we just aren't getting all of the information that we need from the outgoing administration in key national security areas. Nothing short, in my view, of irresponsibility, unquote. That's what Joe Biden said. Oh, now Jan 6th is approaching, right? Remember yesterday we talked about how Congress is now finally going to certify the Electoral College results. There's another thing that's happening, which is the Georgia Senate runoff, right? Which will determine who gets control of the Senate. A federal judge on Monday ordered 2 Georgia counties to reverse a decision removing thousands of voters from the rolls ahead of Jan 5th runoff election to determine which political party controls the U.S. Senate. The county seem to have improperly relied on an unverified change of address data to invalidate registrations, a Judge Leslie Abrams Gardner said in an order filed late on Monday in the U.S. District Court for the Middle District of Georgia. Defendants are in from removing any challenged voters in Ben Hill and Muskogee counties from the registration lists on the basis of a national change of address data, Gardner wrote in the order. The judge is the sister of Democratic activist Stacey Abrams, who lost a race for Georgia governor in 2018. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to purge out voters to make sure that enough people are on the rolls as registered voters. When these people are going out to make an attempt to get as many people to register to vote. This is that's the black vote that's coming out in Georgia, right?
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, the Black Lives Matter movement, Bandijan, police said in Oakland, California, that they were investigating what appeared to be vandalism after a statue of Breonna Taylor erected to honor her memory was smashed in Oakland, California. The Oakland Police Department said late Monday that it was looking into the incident, although it had not identified any suspects or motives. In the meanwhile, a white police officer in Columbus was fired on Monday for fatally shooting an unarmed black man in what the city's police chief deemed an unreasonable use of deadly force, the city's public safety director said. You are going to be compromising your privacy. How? Well, there's going to be drones that are going to be allowed to fly over us and at night in the United States, FAA said on Monday, a significant step towards their use for widespread commercial deliveries. The FAA said its long-awaited rules for the drones, also known as unmanned aerial vehicles, will address security concerns by requiring remote identification technology in most cases to enable their identification from the ground. Previously, small drone operations over people were limited to operations over people who were directly participating in the operation located under a covered structure or inside a stationary vehicle unless operators had obtained a waiver from the FAA. So, Aldababa,
Yes.
are you tired of Zoom calls? Or
Yes, I am.
okay. Well, in New York, you know what they did?
What do they do?
They actually about a dozen people lined up yesterday to shred things that they want to forget about 2020, including but not limited to the deadly global pandemic that swept the world at the annual Good Riddance Day event, apparently.
Okay.
And among the submissions were COVID-19, the grimmer aspects of new social distancing norms, work from home customs compelled by the spread of coronavirus, last but not least, Zoom video conferencing calls. People wanted to get rid of that.
Seriously, it's giving me a headache. I don't know. I'm sorry, Badaja. I'm not a big fan of Zoom. I'd rather meet in person with some physical distancing, of course.
Exactly. Physical distancing and with the PPE, I think it's still, I don't know. I'm getting tired of the Zoom calls as well.
I know. She's on a lot of calls with the gym.
Yes, Banjan. Non-stop.
Yeah.
Anyway, some news from the business aspect of it. A survey software, Qualtrics International, owned by business software group SAP, filed for its US IPO of up to $100 million on Monday, with tech stocks largely outperforming the broader market. And in news from India, the Chinese Air Force has conducted a heavy deployment of missiles and radars in support of the aggression by their army along the eastern Ladakh. Air Chief Marshal R. Doria said on Tuesday. He added that it had taken all the required actions to handle the situation. This was during a web that he addressed this national security challenges and air power, or by Vivekanand International Foundation. And also in the first protest, the protesting farmers union on Tuesday wrote to the center and conveyed that talks between the two sides on December 30th should be strictly limited to the agenda items that they had specified earlier. Meanwhile, union ministers Narendra Singh and Piyush Goyal met Home Minister Amit Shah today and finalized the government's position ahead of these crucial talks aimed at breaking the deadlock of 3 new agricultural laws. More on all this you'll find on MediaMahima.com. Bandijan will be back tonight live at 5 on the Pam Pam Show. In the meanwhile, have yourselves a terrific Tuesday. Stay happy, stay safe, and enjoy this beautiful Ganika.
तने मेरे सारे चुन के मैं भूल आऊंगी हमारा ऐसा दुनिया की हुई नहीं मैं अपनी ही दुनिया बनाऊंगी कि जिंदगी मेरी सौ ख्वाहिशां हाय कि जिंदगी मेरी सौ ख्वाहिशां मैं पूरी करा जिंदगी मेरी सौ ख्वाहिशां मैं जीना मैं पूरी तरह मैं जीना मैं पूरी तरह
Bandijan, this is your darling pyari Waki Dilal Turani